If you've done many raids, you're probably pretty familiar with this screen, or this screen, or this one. The issue is that the light never seems to be purple at the end, does it? With each purple taking many hours to obtain, and an average completion rate of around 80-ish purples, the Chambers of Xeric is one of old school RuneScape's most fun and awesome social experiments. Smiley face. Until now. Enter the Giga Juicer Omega Turbo Insane 2+13 method. With an average of 300,000 total points, 150,000 personal, in just under an hour, the 2+13 is the best method in the game to obtain purples. Without further ado, let's get into this. For this method, you'll need one other player. One of you will be maging Olm while the other melees Olm. Your setups will be pretty identical otherwise. You'll also need one alt to set up some of the rooms throughout the raid. Here is an example of the melee setup that I would recommend. Some adjustments can be made. I don't have a code I want. You can use that to replace the Ancient Scepter. This is an example of the Mage setup. Again, some adjustments can be made if you have better gear such as the ward or a code I want. This is the alt setup that I would recommend. These are the layouts I would recommend. Some of the room orders may change. However, it's very important that we're able to prep before doing Mystics, Shamans, and Tightrope. On entering the raid, you'll want to bank most of your items. Make sure you have your melee gear and your pickaxe. Run over to the Guardians, and each of you should Elder Maul spec them once each. You won't hit, but the defense draining effect will still happen. Then, go ahead and just do Guardians like normal. Once finishing Guardians, make sure you pick up all 3 seeds. The alt should be killing scavengers so that all secondaries will be on the ground ready when you're finished with Guardians. Bank your inventory, take all of the seeds and the secondaries, a spade, and plant the seeds. Take 24 gourds and fill them with water. Pick 9 Golpar and 3 Noxifer. Make 3 of each potion, clicking off each time to make sure that you don't make 4 on accident. Make your overloads and pick a full inventory of Buchu. Make 3 enhances and then bank your inventory. Make restores with the remaining slots. You can now take a full inventory of gourds and make the remainder of brews. This is the most efficient way to prep, and this will cut time off of your raid. While prepping, whoever's alting should be setting up mystics. Here's a sped up clip of how you should go about doing this. Before attacking the mystics, you have to make sure to stack them. The method is shown here. After they're all stacked, go ahead and ice barrage them all down. Make sure to hover blood barrage, as randomly the mystics can attack you and drain you for a lot of health. The next room that we'll cover is Tightrope. Tightrope is actually very simple. Essentially, make sure that the 4 enemies are all within barrage range, and then barrage them down while only the closest one can attack you. In this example, one of the mages kept walking away, so we had to shadow it into the pile. Once the mages are dead, we must repeat the process with the rangers. Here's another clip where the ranger keeps walking away, so we have to get him into place. Once in place, chin a few times off of your main to ensure that the aggro is on the main. Make sure to never go out of aggro range on the alt, as if you do, the aggro will switch onto the account's barraging. You may cross the rope for some free extra points. Make sure to drop it and give it to the accounts that you want the points on. For Shamans, you first want to enter on the alt. The layout may change, but the method remains the same. You'll want to lure all the Shamans into one corner and then safe spot them from max range on the other accounts. Once stacked, walk over on your other accounts and begin barraging the Shamans. Make sure you walk so that you don't accidentally pull the aggro of any of them. This is the setup and inventory that I take into Olm. Make sure that you spellbook swap before going into Olm. Thralls are crucial for this method. Here's an example of the Mage Setup. Again, make sure you spellbook swap. Thralls are needed for this method. This is an example of how to start on the mage side. Do one hit, wait a couple of ticks, and then run. After the meleeer has used his Eldermaul specs, you want to do your Ralos specials. Here's an example of how to start on the melee hand. You want to do both of your Eldermaul specs, and then get into a 2-0 cycle with Olm, so that you're never getting hit while also turning the head. Note that the mage in this clip is not Ralos specking after the Eldermaul specs. That is because he is a noob. Do not copy him. Ralos as soon after Eldermaul specs as possible. If the head ever centers, don't panic. Turn on your prayer, make sure you have at least 45 hit points, and run to your side. With this method, you want both hands to die essentially at the same time. If the mage hand is ahead, the mage should either Ralos auto or cast Undead Grasp on the hand. If the melee hand is ahead, you can simply kick the hand. You may have noticed that the meleeer brings extra restore into Olm. This is because they will cast Vile Vigor when their run energy gets low, as shown. In this scale, Olm has 4 phases. During the 4th phase, players should look to Ralos the head once they have spec while keeping the head turning. Although Olm will regain the health from the damage you deal, the defense reduction will still remain. For head phase, both players should stand on opposite sides while hugging the wall. Getting flame walled in this is very painful. In this clip, I'm very low on food, so I tell my partner to stay in the middle so that the head looks middle and doesn't attack me. This can be used if you're running low on food and notice that your partner has an abundance of it. That's about it for the guide. If you have any questions, comment down below and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, shoot it a like and subscribe for future guides. See ya!